All right, on the line right now, I have two boxers. The bout you want to see Saturday night at Pandemonium at the Palladium 2. It's Denzel Double Impact Whitley from Holyoke, Massachusetts. He's taking on Kenny Lionheart Larson from Salem, Massachusetts. What's really exciting about this is you're both unbeaten, and you're going for the NABF Welterweight Champion, Junior Welterweight Championship. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So this is a classic Eastern Massachusetts versus Western Mass. It's a 978 versus a 413. Do you guys see that at all going into this fight as like a point of pride, or like you're representing Holyoke and Kenny, you're representing Salem? Do you guys take that in consideration at all? Why don't you go ahead and start with that, Denzel?
I mean, every fight that I take, I rep Holyoke, I rep the city that I'm from. So, I mean, this is no different. I mean, yeah, we're both from Mass, but I always rep where I'm from. I wear it on my sleeve, got it on my trunk, so everybody always knows that I'm always repping and supporting. So.
And Kenny, what about you? Do you take that in consideration going into a fight?
Of course, always. Those are the people that back me. So any way I can unite the people in my city, you know what I mean? If that's what it's going to be, they're going to stand by me in boxing, then, so be it. So I'm their representative. That's always a huge deal for me.
Now, I want to ask both of you, what inspired you guys to pursue boxing? And I'll start with you, Denzel, and it runs in the family, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad and his twin were professional boxers. I mean, we all started off with the martial arts. My dad ended up doing kickboxing, and his twin did kickboxing. And then they just got into the professional boxing. They stuck with professional boxing, had over 50 professional fights, fought everybody and anybody everywhere. So, I mean, growing up, seeing that, I've always been around it. I've always been in the gym. As a baby, I've been in there. I've been to all the fights. So it's like it's been in my life, so it's kind of hard not to do it. Growing up, being a kid, I just wanted to do kid things. I wasn't always want to box. But when I hit 15, I tried it out, started my amateur career, and then from there, I just fell in love with it. And then I kind of lost a little bit of motivation for it. So that's why I wanted to turn pro, because I wanted something different. Got tired of the amateurs, and I turned pro, and I like how it's treated me so far, and I'm in love with the sport. So it's my job. It's something I love to do, so I don't consider it as work, but pays the bills. It's my lifestyle, and that's basically how I got into it, with my family and just keeping it going.
And Kenny, what about you? What made you get into boxing and pursue that?
I'm on the complete other aspect of it. My life is chaos and trauma and turmoil, and I think if I didn't go down this direction, there's only a couple other options that would suit somebody like me. So I found something, and this was the most respectful way, I guess, in society that somebody like me can deal with what I got going. So, I mean, I took it and I ran with it, and, I never looked back.
When you say somebody like me, what do you mean exactly by that?
I'm a very violent person by nature. I got a lot of energy. I needed direction. I needed focus. So it was either this, or I'm sure I wouldn't be doing something as respected in society. Either that or I'd be in jail. But I don't know. I come from a high background my whole life. That's all I've done is fight. I've always went small. So, I always had to step it up because, smaller dudes, so obviously people are going to mess with you.
Kenny, you call yourself a throwback fighter. Some people call you an old school fighter. What does that mean exactly?
I think it's just the style that I bring. Most of the guys that I study and I learn from are, 70s, 80s, stuff like that. So I think, with any sport, as it progresses, guys tend to do different things. Stuff phases out, short shorts to Michael Jordan's basketball shorts, whatever it may be, whatever sport you're playing. But, I think people look at me and they say, oh, he's got kind of an old school style.
And Denzel, how would you describe your style and what era of boxing did you look to for guidance and inspiration?
I take a lot of stuff from my dad. I don't really try to take too much from different fighters. I mean, obviously you do as you progress through your career and you study boxing and all you do is watch boxing, so you pick up habits. But I would say I'm more of maybe like a modernized fighter now. I mean, I could do a little bit of everything. So when I first started boxing, I just used to love the brawl because, I mean, I didn't always have the skill to where I have it now. So I used to just, in general, I used to like to fight. So I'm like, let's do it. Let's just go forward. So that's how I started. But I mean, if you want a long time in the sport, you kind of gotta learn how to box, stick and move, try not to get hit, evade punches. You know what I mean? So I mean, I could do a little bit of both. But as to where I got my style, I would say like I mirror my dad because whenever we get in the ring and mess around, we laugh at certain things because we do a lot of the same things, and it's funny because fighting the same person. So I said I get it from my dad. Pick up style from my dad.
Before I let you guys go, and I appreciate your time, I want to talk about your nicknames. Denzel, Double Impact. Where does that come from?
Again, so I have my own nickname, the Humble Beast. Some people call me the Big Ape, but I use Double Impact to pay tribute to my dad and my uncle.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm just carrying on the name, but a lot of people know me as the Humble Beast. I get it everywhere I go, the fights and everything like that. I just use Double Impact just to, like I said, pay tribute to them, carry it on, so that they have something, to live through, since they're done. So.
And Kenny, what about Lionheart? Where'd you get that from?
I had this guy, I want to say his name was John Gonzalez. He came up to me one year at the Golden Gloves in Lowell, and he pulled me aside. I didn't get the decision. He said, "Hey, kid," he said, "you fight with the heart of a lion." He goes, "If you decide to turn pro," he goes, "I'll follow you anywhere. I'll watch you fight any day." That was the best amateur fight I ever seen in my life. I go, "Oh, thanks, man." So, I mean, I'm not going to, take upon myself and give myself some crazy nickname. And so if this is how the people view me, then, I figure I would run with something like that. Something I didn't come up with, something somebody gave me.
I mean, that is the rule, gentlemen. You can't give yourself a nickname, but I feel like in boxing, there's an exception to that rule.
I just feel like most people kind of go with something that maybe rhymes with their last name, something along those lines, like a catchy name. But
right. What do you think, Denzel?
I was gonna say the same thing. Something that's catchy, or like Floyd. He got Money May. He was Pretty Boy before that. Just something that I feel like in boxing, you want something that is like something that people can relate to. It sounds good when you announce it. You know what I mean? Because not everybody gets a nickname given to them. So a lot of people in boxing, they just come up with a nickname, or they want to follow trend, or I feel like the nicknames I got are suitable for me, and that's why I use them.
Well, looking forward to it again. Both Denzel Whitley and Kenny Larson, unbeaten. So this is going to be an amazing bout, and it's a great Eastern Mass versus Western Mass fight, both representing their respective areas right here in the center of the state, Worcester, Massachusetts, at the Palladium on Saturday night. Hey, Denzel and Kenny, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. I appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing some great boxing on Saturday night.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Take care.